Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're jumping straight into the absolute most sophisticated, high-tech, self-regulating machine that has ever existed in the known universe. Yeah, I'm talking about the human body. We're going to unlock its hidden mechanics, decode its operating system, and see exactly how it heals itself, literally from the inside out. To get started, just imagine this staggering number, 30 to 40 trillion. That is the sheer volume of brand new cells your body produces every single day. Just think about that for a second. With a workload that massive and continuous, you've essentially got a bustling, chaotic factory inside you. And naturally, in a factory this incredibly busy, well, things are going to go wrong. Errors inevitably happen. You're going to get abnormal cells or even dangerous mutations that have the potential to cause cancer, whether that's from movement, replication errors, or just toxic environmental threats. So how in the world does the body control this incredibly messy situation? It's a fascinating question, and it leads us to a pretty beautiful truth. Your body possesses an ultra-smart autonomous system to constantly sustain life and clean up disease without you ever having to lift a finger. Okay, let's dive into this. Our journey today spans 3 ascending levels of the body's natural defense. We'll start at level 1, homeostasis, escalate to level 2, immune defense, and finally hit level 3, the placebo effect. We're literally moving from automatic biological codes right up to the limitless power of the conscious mind. Level 1. Homeostasis, the foundation. This is the foundational baseline that keeps the lights on, working completely behind the scenes. Now, the term homeostasis might sound a little academic, but it simply refers to the stable state of physical and chemical conditions maintained by living systems. And here's the kicker. It maintains the stability regardless of how extreme the external environment becomes out there in the real world. This continuous, unyielding pursuit of balance is literally the ultimate survival drive of every organism on Earth. Without this constant balancing act, well, life simply ceases to exist. So how does this invisible balancing act actually work? It functions through a highly efficient negative feedback loop, operating in 3 simple steps: receptor, control, and response. The easiest way to grasp this is to compare it to the everyday air conditioning thermostat sitting right in your living room. Let's say a sensor, that's the receptor, detects that the temperature in the room has dropped. It instantly alerts the control center, and boom, the response triggers. The heater kicks on to restore that warm, normal temperature. Your body is doing the exact same thing, just on an immensely complex microscopic scale. What's really fascinating here is the sheer scope of these 24/7 microadjustments. This brilliant system works around the clock, tweaking things we rarely even notice. It's managing your core temperature, blood pressure, fluid levels, and blood sugar. For example, the second you finish a heavy meal, your pancreas automatically starts releasing insulin to handle the spike in sugar. Or if you step outside on a blazing hot day, your body instantly triggers sweat glands to cool your skin. It is remarkably intelligent and entirely automatic. But what happens when that foundational baseline is breached? Level 2, immune defense, the active shield. This is where we see the response to external bacteria or internal rogue cells starting to cause chaos. When a threat like that actually occurs, we see the activation of what we can call the 5 miracles of immunity. First, it recognizes friend versus foe with incredible precision. Second, it diversifies into massive, varied defensive formations. Third, it multiplies at breakneck speed. Fourth, it actively remembers the face of pathogens for future encounters. And fifth, it beautifully self-cleans and recovers the battlefield once the fight is over. This really highlights something essential. The immune system isn't just some brute force fighter swinging wildly in the dark. It is incredibly sensitive, highly intelligent, and it is constantly learning from every single exposure. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly how that intelligence operates on the front lines. To perform these miracles, the body employs specialized super agents, specifically T cells and B cells. Think of T cells as your detective assassins. They sniff out and directly execute infected or cancerous cells with lethal precision. On the other hand, you have B cells acting as weapon factories. They work tirelessly to manufacture highly specialized antibodies designed to bind, trap, and neutralize foreign invaders. When you combine the detective assassins with the weapon factories, they coordinate to form an absolutely unbeatable army. Level 3, the placebo effect, mind overrides matter. We've seen the automatic baseline and the active military defense, but now we arrive at the mind's shocking ability to manually hack these autonomous systems. Consider this really striking quote from Dr. Irving Kirsch. A large part of what makes antidepressants useful in alleviating depression is the placebo effect. That is a stunning realization. It shows us that many of our most advanced, modern medical treatments actually rely heavily on the patient's own belief and expectation of healing. It isn't just the chemistry doing the work, it's the psychology. So, the crucial point is the contrast. On one side, you have real medicine, pills containing potent chemical compounds engineered to directly alter the physical body. On the other side, you have the placebo, a completely fake pill containing absolutely zero active ingredients. It's essentially just a tiny sugar pill. Yet, in study after study, the placebo delivers identical, measurable, clinical improvements. It's an absolute paradox. A fake pill has been proven to reduce severe depression, alleviate excruciating physical pain, banish fatigue, and even ease the debilitating physical symptoms of Parkinson's disease. How on earth can a fake pill trigger real physiological healing? Well, there's no magic here. It is entirely backed by solid science. Positive expectations literally alter the body's automatic processes. First, believing you're being cured dramatically reduces stress and removes deeply ingrained psychological blocks. Second, it relies on Pavlovian conditioned reflexes. Your body has learned that taking a pill leads to healing, so it just fires off the healing sequence out of pure habit. And finally, and honestly most amazingly, this conscious expectation commands the brain to literally release natural opioids. You are actively unlocking your body's internal biological pharmacy and unleashing natural, highly potent painkillers, just by expecting to get better. To really hammer home how powerful this mind-body connection is, consider a stark number: 4 degrees Celsius. That's nearly freezing. To prove the sheer power of the trained mind, look at the incredible example of Tibetan monks. Through intense meditation and psychological focus alone, these monks are able to generate so much internal body heat that they can literally dry soaking wet towels draped over their shoulders while sitting completely still outside in freezing 4 degrees Celsius environments. It is completely astounding. This brings us to a firm, unavoidable conclusion. The automatic physiological mechanisms that we assume run completely on their own, far outside of our conscious control, can actually be completely overwritten, hijacked, and controlled by a highly trained mind. Our biology, as incredibly complex and autonomous as it is ultimately subordinate to the immense power of our own psychology. From the delicate, invisible dance of homeostasis, through the spectacular defensive miracles of our immune system, all the way to the mind-bending power of the placebo effect, the human body is nothing short of a masterpiece. Which leaves us with this final, profound question to consider today. If just the sheer belief in healing is enough to force the body to automatically manufacture its own medicine, where is the true limit of self-healing? Thank you for joining me for this explainer. I hope this gave you a brand new perspective and a deep appreciation for the ultimate healing machine that you live inside every single day. Keep learning, and I'll catch you next time.